Am I wrong for suing my friends after their wedding?
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
Okay. This story was posted in the Dobre YouTube subreddit, and the title is, Am I the a-hole for suing my friends after singing and playing for their entire wedding and not getting paid? I, 30 male, am a lawyer.
And
Okay. If there's one person you don't want to f over, it's a lawyer. I'm just saying. But I'm also very active in music. I sing and I play piano, organ, and guitar. Pretty much any instrument I can get my hands on. I've performed at several weddings, often as a personal favor for close friends. So a while back, my friends Jimmy and Belle asked if I could handle their entire music for their Catholic wedding mass. That meant singing and playing organ through the whole liturgy, processional, offertory, communion, recessional, etc. I agreed, assuming I was being invited as a guest and doing this out of friendship. But as the wedding approached, I noticed I hadn't received any kind of invitation, not even to the mass. I asked Belle and she replied,
Oh, we had to trim the guest list, but you can still come early to rehearse and do the music.
Translation, I wasn't invited. I wasn't even treated like a guest, just free labor. Oh, absolutely not. No, no, no. No. Wow, the audacity! Still, I honored the commitment. I arrived early, rehearsed, sang, and played the entire mass alone, packed up, and left. No acknowledgement, no token, no food, no seat, no thank you. Oh my lord. Not even a bite to eat. Some people just really are lacking in class, aren't they? I sent them a professional invoice with a reasonable rate for performing solo for a full wedding mass. Nothing excessive, just what it's worth. They didn't pay it. Ooh, yeah, it's a little sus. Belle ghosted me. Jimmy said he'd talk to me, but nothing happened. I do genuinely feel OP could have said something earlier about the whole, okay, well, if I'm not a guest, then I'm gonna need to charge you for this. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what should be done, but like, I understand why he's upset, especially after no token, no food, no seat, no thank you. That would piss me off royally. To not even receive a thank you after doing free labor for someone, that is just crazy to me. They ignored follow-ups. After 30 days, I sent a demand letter. Love a demand letter. No response. So I sued them for breach of oral contract and unjust enrichment. Oh, okay. Did we have an oral contract?
The face and eye autofocus. But how do you turn it on?
We had written messages confirming the arrangement. Screenshots of Bella asking me to perform, timing, songs, and expectations. I represented myself. They showed up shocked that I followed through. Guess what? I won.
Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer.
The judge ruled in favor and ordered them to pay the full amount plus court costs. Now our friend group is on fire. Some say I went too far. Others quietly say good for you. Belle's been posting cryptic quotes about betrayal and money over friendship. I mean, if anybody put money over friendship, it's her. Now I'm wondering, am I the a-hole for suing people I once considered friends after they used me for free live music and refused to pay? You gave them multiple chances and they kept ignoring you. You'd actually be surprised how common it is for people to not take you seriously until you get a lawyer involved. They don't really understand the gravity of what they're doing, and maybe they'll just think, you know,
If I ignore them, then maybe they might just give up.
I wouldn't let that slide, and I'm not a lawyer. People are gonna think you're the a-hole, but at the end of the day, you gave them plenty of chances to avoid court, and at this point, it's kind of like around and find out, you know what I'm saying? Not the a-hole. If you were not allowed to attend as a guest, that means you were hired to play. This they pay. It's funny how friendship did not extend to an invite, but now she's saying money over friendship. Bingo. Friendship. This friend was not a good enough friend to get an invite to your wedding, but they were a good enough friend to play for your wedding for free without so much as a thank you. If OP was a friend, he would have been a guest. Not a friend, here's the invoice. Lol, pay up, not the a-hole. This would be my response every time. Friends get invited to the wedding, performers are hired and paid, and are supposed to be fed too. That's the other thing, right? For those of you who are going through weddings, even if you hire someone, see if you can find the time to go around and thank your vendors. Whether it be in your speeches or a personal thank you, it really goes a long way to make them feel appreciated. I genuinely feel like the bride and groom really tried to avoid OP as much as possible because they knew what they did was wrong, but they just wanted a free musician. Have a little class. You're saving hundreds of dollars. The least you can do is give this person a plate. Hundreds, if not thousands, honestly. Musicians for weddings are not cheap. As a friend, would you not want to pay a friend for their work? Expecting a friend to do something for you for free is not a friendship. That's like transactional, and like he's not even getting anything out of the relationship at all. So like, where is the plus side for him? So this is an interesting point. This may be an unpopular opinion, but even friends should get paid for services provided unless they've explicitly offered to do it for free, or if you've arranged a contract that their services are being considered a gift. Expecting free from friends always ends poorly. And that is one criticism of OP. Obviously he won in court, so it doesn't really matter, but like the payment thing maybe should have been discussed before the wedding. I doubt that it would have changed anything. It just creates like a little more of a paper trail, you know? And I'm not a lawyer, but
I am.
Are you the a-hole for suing your friends after singing and playing for their entire wedding and not getting paid? Absolutely not. We got some more wedding drama for you. Ooh, deleted. Why are we deleting, guys? Does this mean this was a little saucy? Am I the a-hole for telling the bride I won't be shaving my dog for her ocean-themed wedding tomorrow?
I have so many questions.
I beg your finest pardon. Throw away because my main has my real name and I know the bride's stalks. Oh, that's why we deleted the account. So I, 26 female, I'm a bridesmaid in my former best friend Kelsey's 27 female beach wedding. The theme is ocean magic or something like that. Think mermaids, starfish, driftwood, blue ombre gowns, that sort of vibe. I've done everything she asked. I paid for a $300 seafoam green dress that I will never wear again, went to her destination bachelorette in Tulum where we nearly died in a sketchy ATV crash. Don't ask. Been there. Bachelorettes in Tulum are like a different beast, I swear. It chews you up and spits you out, that town. And even helped write her vows because her fiance doesn't inspire her creatively. What? Red flag much. If you can't think of like some nice things to say about your fiance, that's kind of crazy, but okay. So the wedding is tomorrow and she just told me I'm not allowed to bring my dog unless I shave her. Why though? Why is that on theme at all? Like a naked mole rat at her wedding? Yes, shave her, as in remove the fur on my miniature dash-end Mercedes because her brown and black coat will ruin the aesthetic in pictures. Apparently, her planner said all pets need to have neutral tones or be groomed to match the sea-themed palette. Get the out of here. Are you kidding me right now?
You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I've heard of brides having like restrictions on what guests wear, but pets?
So, how's the escape plan coming?
I laughed when I read the message. I thought she was joking. Mercedes has been in my life for 6 years and is basically my child. She has a long silky coat and she's super chill. She was gonna be my date since the wedding is technically pet friendly and I'm not bringing a +1. But Kelsey said, and I quote,
I'm not trying to be a bridezilla, but this is my vision and it's one day. Can you just do it for me? It'll grow back.
Your vision. I can't even imagine having like a weirdly shaved dog at your wedding. Like that is so bizarre. This is a very strange hill to die on. I told her I'm not shaving my dog bald so she can look like a beach rock in the background of her Pinterest photos. That's so bizarre. Like at that point, just why are you allowing pets? This is so dumb. Like I can't. I said if she wants a wedding where even pets needed to color match, maybe she should have just hired models instead of inviting friends. She freaked out, called me unsupportive, and removed me from the bridal group chat. Now the maid of honor says if I show up with Mercedes unshaved, she will kindly ask us to leave. Oh no. Of all the things, you must have a perfect wedding. If you're fixating on little problems like this, honestly, so much comes up. This is not an issue that needs your attention at all. I feel like I've bent over backwards for this wedding, but now some people in our friend group are saying I should have just left the dog at home or compromised and dyed her coat or something. No. This is literally the day before and Mercedes is staying with me in the hotel anyway. So am I the a-hole for refusing to shave my dog for this wedding? Or am I the only sane one left on this barnacle encrusted ship? Quite frankly, this is really stupid. She's grasping at like weird straws. It's a matter of principle at this point. And anyone who doesn't think this is absolutely bat crazy is smoking something that I don't want to be passed to me. I'm good on that. Ugh, don't shave the dog. This is too much, including the self-importance from the maid of honor and the pandering and enabling from the other bridesmaids. You do not want to be friends with people who think this kind of behavior is acceptable, in my opinion. The kind of people who think of animals as accessories. I get serious mean girl vibes off this crew. Soulless, not the a-hole. It's almost like they're looking for a reason to like exclude you or something, or bully you. Like, it's just... I don't see why this is an issue that they're fixating on. Like, this is really weird. I feel like there's something else happening here. Having pets in general for like an ocean-themed wedding, unless it's a fish, I don't see why you even want pets at an ocean-themed wedding to begin with. People pointing out that shaving a dog is not good for them. They have fur for a reason. It won't grow back the same way. I also agree with that. Like, it's not the same thing as grooming. Some people are saying you could buy Mercedes a little blue sweater if you feel like accommodating. Even that is better than like outright asking an owner to just shave their dog. Be for real right now. Is Bridezilla jealous of OP and her dog? I absolutely would not even want my dog around people like that. Leave her in the room and be done with them after the celebrations are over. These are not her friends. These are the group of girls that keep that one pity friend. OP, cut your losses and peace out of that friendship. That's why I feel like it just seems like they're just going out of their way to make her feel bad for a reason that like really does not affect the wedding at all. I'm just very confused, but we do have an update. The wedding was today, the day that OP made the post. I did not go.
Good.
And no, Mercedes was not shaved or dyed green or dressed up like Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. Although those comments had me crying laughing. Y'all are evil. I love it. Anyways, after she booted me from the group chat and sent me that wild message about shaving Mercedes, I decided to be petty with Grace. I gave her a wedding gift. Boxed up my $300 bridesmaid's dress, the custom sea glass collar Mercedes was supposed to wear, and a card that just had a smiley face on it and labeled it "For the Blushing Bride." The tea comes courtesy of my friend Leo, one of the groomsmen, who had no idea about the whole dog shaving fiasco until I told him after the ceremony. Apparently, they had no backup flower dog. None. Kelsey had assumed I'd cave and show up with a bald Mercedes like I was bringing a rotisserie chicken in a leash. Oh, okay, so the dog was supposed to be the flower dog. Okay. Kelsey and her now husband even paused the ceremony for a bit, thinking I had run late. But no, I was not running late. Instead, I was driving me and Mercedes back home with the windows down playing Taylor Swift. That's what's up. The groom, who apparently has OCD, got visibly agitated because there were 6 groomsmen and only 5 bridesmaids. The symmetry was off and he was not doing well. Leo said he kept muttering, "This is all wrong," during their photos. I guess they should have thought of that. You thought your aesthetic was messed up? How about now?
How you like them apples?
What a dumb thing to fixate on. Like, it just like actually blows my mind that these people do not have bigger problems than this. You're literally creating problems at this point. Kelsey's mom apparently asked a random toddler from a guest family to walk down the aisle holding seashells to fill the flower roll. The toddler tripped, chaos ensued.
Go!
No one outside the bridal party knew what actually happened, not till this afternoon when I posted a picture of Mercedes in her untouched, unbothered glory on Facebook, along with the screenshots of Kelsey's messages. I tagged her. Wow. The caption?
Mercedes says she's sorry she couldn't ruin your aesthetic. She prefers having fur.
Ooh, messy. How very messy of you. I haven't opened Facebook yet to see any of the replies, and I'm debating whether to also upload this on my Instagram. Anyways, Mercedes and I are currently enjoying a beach of our own with drinks and peace. She's proudly unshaved and wearing her collar like a crown. I wish there was an update, but there's no update. You're the a-hole, OP, because 2 posts and no dog tax paid. I demand to see the baby. We demand to see Mercedes in full furred glory. You cannot tell a story in which a furry cutie is the main character and then withhold the goods.
Right to jail.
You are not the a-hole, OP. I'm glad things turned out okay. I, 20 female at the time, accidentally wore a white dress to a wedding, and I definitely got what I deserved. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at the photo and like, yeah, like there's white, but there's also a pattern on it. Okay, let's get into it. 7 years ago, I made the horrifying mistake. I wore a fully white dress with blue accents to my ex-boyfriend's cousin's wedding. Before you come for me, I swear I didn't know the no white at weddings rule. I was 20, deeply naive, and tragically lacking wedding etiquette. Like truly dumb and clueless. I thought it looked cute and wedding appropriate. I did not think I was making a power move or being disrespectful. But the bride, oh, she clocked it immediately. After the ceremony, as she was walking back down the aisle with her new husband, literally mid-smile and celebration, looked me dead in the eye and said,
Oh, you wanted to be the bride today.
okay, no, that's kind of... She took time out of like her walking down the aisle to say that to you. And that was just the beginning. All night, her bridesmaids came up to me with the most polite yet devastatingly pointed compliments. You know, the kind,
Wow, you're so brave to wear that.
and
I could never pull off something like that to someone else's wedding. Such a bold choice.
I didn't even realize at the time why everyone was being so weird. I got super anxious, felt totally out of place, and ended up crying outside the reception at one point. It wasn't until years later, thank you so much, Charlotte, that I realized, oh, I really messed up and was completely horrified. Since then, I've sincerely apologized and have never made the same mistake again. But I wanted to show y'all the dress and ask, was the dragging justified or was it unneeded wedding drama for them? See, this is the thing about like outright bullying people who wore, this is not what I would call a white dress. I just don't agree that this constitutes a white dress. Like, I think it's a pattern dress with white in it, but you would never confuse this girl for the bride. Like, that's the issue with white dresses, right? Like, you're kind of pulling focus. There's always a very clear reason why someone wears white. It's like, you know, the sister-in-law or the ex-best friend or the mother-in-law that's trying to steal the shine. If someone is wearing a dress with white in it, there always could be the thought that they could have asked the bride's permission. They could really not know the rule. I think that outright bullying people without like knowing for sure is a little classless.
You're being a dick.
Let people look dumb. If that was her intent, which it wasn't, let them look dumb. Yes, I know it's a rule, but there's a gray area there. And like, unless we know that the intent was malicious, I don't think it's fair to like bully people. I know at my wedding, I know I keep bringing it up, but now I actually have a reference point. How are you not just like in total bliss and like not paying attention and like paying attention to your husband and enjoying your day? This is such a small problem. She like cried after. I don't know. I just really feel like that was unnecessary. Let's see what other people said in the comments. I would have had no issue if you wore this to my wedding. It's a print dress, not a white dress, nor is it remotely bridal. I'm sorry you were treated so poorly. Okay, so I feel like we're kind of on the same page. To me, this is like a white and blue dress, but this is not like a white bridal dress. Exactly. Only petty people get upset about a print dress at a wedding. If you wore a fully white silk, satin, or cotton lace dress, you'd have been out of wedding etiquette. Here's the thing about etiquette though. It's a guide for polite behavior, not something to humiliate a person who doesn't have a clue what is going on. And furthermore, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It could be cultural. If someone wore like a printed white dress, it's a very common thing in Italy to wear white dresses with print to weddings. Those are wedding appropriate. The guest could have asked the bride. The guest could have literally no idea. If someone wears an outfit to an event to upstage or upset people, then they should be called out and possibly embarrassed. That's the thing. Like, she doesn't even know the bride well, so I don't really see how this could have been something to personally offend her. Too many people think that their wedding entitles them to behave like a spoiled child who doesn't have any manners. A lot of people in the comments agree that this isn't what constitutes a white dress. I just don't like how ridiculous the whole wedding standards are being pushed more and more. Yes, don't wear white, but now you can't wear a cute printed summer dress. This is the thing. Like, summer dresses almost always are like, they're white with like flowers on them or like cute little prints. I just genuinely don't feel like the bullying was justified. I don't think that you did anything to like overtly draw attention to yourself. I think that you just didn't know. And like, I actually don't agree that their reaction was justified at all. That's super weird. Mean girl behavior. I know I talk about the white dresses a lot and stuff like that, but like, I feel like people use it as an excuse to like overtly go and comment on things and like all the rules that I've come up with or whatever that I've like the social etiquette that comes with weddings. And it's like, I'm not saying that you should go and like bully people that like don't know the right thing to do, that like could have had a dress approved by the bride. It could be cultural. Like, I feel like people really kind of take the wedding etiquette thing a little bit too far. It's kind of up to the bride, but like a good friend of mine wanted to wear a very similar dress as this. And she's just like, I know there's white in it. And I'm like, girl, there's like, that's not a white dress. Relax.
You know what it never was? That serious. It was never that serious.
But I'm chill, you know what I mean? Like, I'm chill. Some brides are like not okay with it. It is what it is, whatever. But like, it's a summer dress. It has blue in it. I wouldn't say that this is like, okay, she's overtly trying to upstage the bride. Brides, the website said, is it ever acceptable to wear white to a wedding? Historically, Western tradition dictates that guests should avoid wearing white to a big couple's day. And while the rule still stands, it can be confusing to know how far it extends. For example, can you wear a printed white dress or jumpsuit? Or is any glimmer of the neutral hue completely unacceptable? Generally, it's best to stay away from outfits that feature the color, including a pattern gown.
Wrong! That's wrong!
So many brides are incorporating color into their wedding wardrobes now, so you wouldn't want to show up in something similar to the bride. If the bride's also wearing color, you're not allowed to wear whatever the color of the bride is wearing? Like, what the So yeah, this website said, can you wear a printed white dress to a wedding? An etiquette expert called Diane Gottsman said, no, it's not acceptable. I don't know, man. Err on the side of caution and avoid it. You could ask the bride. I think she looks great. I think she put effort into herself and she looked beautiful. I've been to like so many weddings, and the amount of men that wear like white suits, the amount of patterns that I see, like people wearing like white feathers and white bags and like print dresses with white in them. I just don't really see it as a big deal, especially if they've asked the bride's permission. Anyways, that's just me. Do I think that it's nuanced? Yes. Do I think that this person deserved to be bullied for what she wore to this wedding? No, I don't. Cisco!